All right, hello. Here we are once again live for our halftime special with me and Naive. Although nothing has been too special about that first half between Mexico and Belarus. So Naive, what are your first thoughts? What thoughts first come to mind after what you just saw during those first 45 minutes?
Well, I don't know. I think that was like I told you just seconds ago. I mean, it resembles the weather. It resembles a little bit more stiffness, especially from the Liga MX players.
Yeah,
The defense is really brand new, so that's why it's been all over the place. I think Belarus also plays a back line of five, really organized on the counters. Had like I'd say two or three good opportunities on the attack, while Mexico only have one real one from Ponchito towards the end of the first half. It's a team in construction, sort of. I mean, a lot of the players don't know each other that much. The movements, and you could tell that on the game. I like Tecatito's first half. Really
yeah.
exciting from him on the right midfield position, and also from Jonathan. I was pretty pleased. From the forwards, not that much, but there was not that much connection between the three lines, the defense, the mid, and the forwards.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of space between you three, and I don't know if you could tell, but it looked like even Jimenez, I'm sure he got impatient. He started dropping way back. He definitely like at the end of that first half, he started to. I assumed like he was just chasing anything, because I think him and Gio had for the most part, they didn't have too much of the ball as much as I wanted them to, and I think that in the midfield we're really struggling. I think I really like the he that got he throws a really audacious player, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just you can tell like I mean it's a new formation. You could tell that he and Bonchito are struggling to not only play as offensive players but to also control the middle.
yeah, it's a good point you bring up. I think it also kind of says how solid the midfield of Herrera, Ito, and
Yeah,
Guardado is already.
yeah,
It's already really solid, really set, really. It's gone into the point that Gallito knows where Herrera will always be, or where Gallito knows where Guardado is always going to be. From Ponchito, we didn't see that much initiative that probably Guardado does take.
yeah.
As being the captain and as being really good with the pass. I wish I would have seen more from Ponchito in the sense of sending in crosses, but there was really no connection at all. And I think it's adversity kind of that the team is going through. It's not a comfort zone for El Tri to play in Borisov right now. It's not the same as what happened just a couple of months ago in Querétaro or Chiapas, where there was a comfort zone, the weather, everything. Right now the team looks like it's struggling.
Yeah. And I guess that's the hard part. And I know we as fans, it's hard for us to separate ourselves between looking at this game analytically and realizing that a lot of these players haven't played together, and it is just a friendly in the end. But at the same time, it is really, really hard watching those first 45 minutes, and you just want goals, you just want domination. But at the same time, I think it's good that we have these kinds of games, and we do actually experiment a little bit. Although I think right now, I think if I were Piojo, what I would do is I would take out one of our center backs, and I think I would try to go to for a 4-4-2, and I think that's where if we want Tecatito and Ponchito to play, and if we want them to play at their best, we're going to have them on the wings, and I think we need to control a little bit more in the middle. I think we need to bring in Hector Herrera in the middle, but that's a change that I would do. But what would you do? What changes would you make for the second half?
I think if really if Piojo like wants to play around with his tactical scheme or whatnot, we haven't seen Mexico play a 4-3-3. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe adding another midfield like Herrera and putting Tecatito more up top, or taking one of the center backs out. I think that's one of the possibilities of not playing with five defenders on the back, because I mean I think Belarus does attack, but the attacks haven't been as intense as perhaps the Netherlands attacks were. So I don't know. I mean, I do agree with you. Maybe add a forward or a midfielder for a center back.
And we really got lucky. I'm not gonna lie that it's they should have had a couple goals already. I think we got very very lucky defensively. That I think it seems almost as if Belarus has a little bit more energy than us. at the moment, but their finishing has been terrible. And there was a
Yeah.
good save by Talavera as well. But this game it could easily been a 2 or 3 nothing game at this moment, like us losing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I think Belarus understands the significance of playing against a team like Mexico that has gone to World Cups, qualifies to the round of 16 consistently.
Yeah.
The respect that Andrei Sigmatovic has for this game is obvious. I mean, I think he studied the team well. Not giving space to Giovanni, not giving space to Raúl. Try to disconnect the three, the defensive midfield and the forwards. And we'll see. We'll see what moves Piojo does in the second
Yeah.
half.
All right. And just to change to a different topic, what were your thoughts on that corner kick? To me, with the way my TV was set up, I couldn't actually tell if Gio touched the ball. But if he did, that's completely legal, unless I don't know the exact details of the ruling. It looked like it's
Yeah,
completely legal for him just to touch it, and then it looked like Tecatito wanted to go grab it, and he was going to take it. So I couldn't really tell if Gio touched it or not. But what did you see on that?
I mean, I think it was a play that was gonna be tested in this game. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
it went totally awful, in the sense that they didn't really shown the play as they were supposed to. I mean,
yeah,
it clearly seems that the referees had one interpretation and the team had another interpretation of how
yeah.
to execute the play. And it's unfortunate because those plays are like to surprise the opponent and really didn't. It worked against El Tri at this moment, at this
Yeah,
time.
I'm just wondering what's gonna happen. Like if we were willing to do that, are we gonna next corner kick? We're gonna have someone kick it in. We're gonna have a triple dummy, like three guys coming through, and then it's gonna be a triple dummy, and then we're gonna try to have someone take a shot on net to try to surprise the team. I guess we don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Speak. Yeah. Oh, go for it.
yes, sir. No,
Oh, no,
no,
no, go
what are
for it.
you gonna say? Oh, I
Well,
mean, yeah, if it is like I said, I mean, this corner kick play that was executed wrongly in a way, I don't know. This game is for that. Try to experiment the plays and see what can happen if they come out right.
no, good point. Good point. Now, I guess of all the games, this would be the one, against Belarus especially. But I was gonna say, speaking of Gio, what were your thoughts on the penalty at a penal? What are your thoughts on that?
I at first glance, I thought it was, but I think Giovanni kind of liberates the body too much, frees the body, like kind of waits for the contact and kind of exaggerates a little bit with the fall. I think, I don't think it was a penalty. I think it was just a contact of the play, rushing through at the sprint, and Gio kind of just frees his body so he can look a little bit more as a foul.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. If it would have been a penalty too, it would have been a very very soft penalty, and you can see it almost looked like Gio was anticipating that foul as well. I think he knew exactly what he was trying to do, and it looked like a little bit of a flop to me. But I think it was a good call by the ref. But I guess let's see. With just a couple more minutes left, we should probably move on to what I was thinking. If you could name the top three players that you've seen so far from the first half, and then who you think really let you down from the first half.
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, I think
Sorry to
the
put you
top.
on the spot. I could.
No, so the three. I mean, the three that I like so far is Jonathan, Cata Dominguez, and Tecatito Corona. And if I have to say a letdown, I'd say Ponchito a little bit. Not that much with Ponchito, but because he's playing in a position that is not totally his. He doesn't
Yeah.
have that much experience. But for example, with the Gatito, at least he asked for the ball a lot. He got it. He did some dribbles on the right flank. I didn't see that much from Ponchito, even though at the end he almost had a goal, which should have been
Yeah.
a confidence boost in a sense.
All right. So for my three,
And
I
you,
got
Cesar?
my three. I have Gio. I have Tecatito, and honestly, after that, I had a hard time choosing someone else. I really liked at this point. I do. I think you have a good point with. You said Cata Dominguez, right?
Cata Dominguez, yeah.
He did. I like how it seems like he took a little bit of initiative. He moved forward a little bit. it's almost as if he knew. He's like, well, I guess I have to beat Rafa now, and I saw him like having a few of those long passes. But oh, man, I think just Talavera for that one good save he had. I'm gonna say Gio, Corona, and Talavera. And my worst three, it's hard to choose which of the defenders I really thought was the worst, because I think all of them were pretty horrific, especially our wing backs. I don't know what your thoughts are on the wing backs, but it's when they're not playing very well, it's hard for the 5-3-2 or 3-5-2 system to work out. And I think Ponce and Aguilar, they just haven't been playing very well for me. And I want to know what your thoughts were on our wing backs at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's always interesting. I mean, when you have the 5-3-2 working, you want the wingbacks to be in constant attack. You want them to be sending in those crosses at the
Yeah,
in the last third of the field. And with them, I really didn't see it. But Ponce in the beginning, I saw it. Aguilar, every now and then he appears. But yeah, that I do get it from what you say, because in the last game you played with a 4-4-2, and really it showed that the 5-3-2 sometimes it's not as effective as it might seem. I think generally the 5-3-2 just adds a little bit of more to on the coverage. If once the player kind of dribbles away from Aguilar, then there's Hugo Rodriguez there to have his back. That's the reason. But I don't really see an attack from the wingbacks today, and you would expect that it would be the case. But also keep in mind that Belarus is playing five defenders as well.
that's true. That's true. All right, well, just a couple more minutes left. Do you have any predictions for the second half? What do you think that? I know. Well, I forgot what your original prediction score was. Do you think that's going to change? Do you think there's going to be any players that, not that you think should come in, but do you think that Piojo will bring in?
I think I said 2-0 a couple of minutes ago.
Man, well, I
Um,
said 4-1, so now I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that.
so, so I mean, I think we will see some changes, and the bench is a 5-star bench basically for El Tri. So it's
Yeah.
it's basically any player that comes in will could do add a little bit more flavor to the match, because at the moment it's a match that it leaves you a little bit kind of not as excited as before, because as always with El Tri, when El Tri comes into the game as a favorite, it tends to have a difficulty getting the result.
Yeah.
Whenever they come as a team that it's not the favorite, they surprise like they did a week ago.
No, I definitely agree with that, and I think it's been, at least like from the way I've always watched it, it's almost like we somehow play at the level of our opponents. If we go up against Brazil, we're gonna have a beautiful game, but if we somehow play, if we can get like a Sunday rec league team against like our best 11, I guarantee we'll only win like 1-0 or something like that. It's just somehow I feel like we always play at the level of our opponents. I have no clue why, but looks like we just have a, so I guess we should wrap it up. Thank you, Naive, for joining us, or joining just me, so it's just you and me.
Yeah,
Thank
no.
you. Yeah, it was to all of you listening out there. It was a little hard. It was the first time I hosted it. I woke up like 10 or 15 minutes before recording the pregame show. I had no clue to figure out. But anyway, you guys don't care about that. But thank you for listening. We'll talk to Weasel and figure out when we're going to have a post-game show. Maybe we'll have it later on this week. We'll see. He's out doing business-like things right now in LA. But thank you. Thank you who listened. And any final words, Naive?
I mean, yeah, to the audience too that watch this, we do this for y'all. So I mean, I think it's really special to talk about the game. It's always good talking to Cesar or Wiso, Tom, Johnny, Eric, whenever he appears. And we like doing this.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. Looks like the game is about to start. Have fun watching the game. All right. See you later, Naive.
See you, Cesar.